Welcome to Diesel Junkie Garage, where today we will not be working on a diesel. What we have here is a 1994 5.7 TBI. This is my plow truck slash beater slash toy, whatever you want to call it. What I have going on with this truck is anything past 3/4 throttle, I'm getting misfires, hesitation, kind of wants to fall on its face. Anything beyond that runs just fine. Idle's fine. Do experience occasionally when it's idling a misfire or so, and then there is times from a stop, if I try to take off really quick, it'll actually completely die. So during the winter, I really didn't want to get into this too much because I was plowing quite a bit. What I did was, one of the things I did was I replaced all the plug wires and spark plugs, and that didn't take care of it. Did run a little better, so I needed them anyway. So after doing some research and whatnot, next thing I'm going to go ahead and check is my EGR valve. You'll find it right back here, and it's going to be a little hard to get at, but I'm going to grab the appropriate tools and we'll go ahead and pull it out and do a little quick troubleshoot on it, and we'll go from there. Alright, so what I'm finding is a 1/2 inch ratcheting open end is going to be my easiest tool for this. If you don't have a ratcheting open end, you can use a regular one. You're just going to spend a little more time than I am. One of the things you're going to do is you're going to pull this harness out right here. Mine is broken, so it's going to come out real nice. So yeah, I don't know where to tell you what clips to use on yours, but you'll figure it out. And then this hose right here, pull it off right there. You're going to get yourself some more access to this, and then you can go ahead and get that down on there, and you're going to take off that nut and that one down there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I got those nuts off. When they come loose, you can actually spin them off with your fingers. Just be careful when you're actually getting to the end there, that you don't let them fall into the valley. So if you can get 2 fingers down in there to kind of spin it off and catch it, that way you don't got to go digging for it later. One of the things I'm going to show you not to do that I did is, when you're trying to pull this hose off, do it gently, because I broke this here. So that just comes back into this sensor here, so I'm just going to have to get a new one of these hoses, which I'm hoping is a common part. So anyways, we're ready to pull it off. There we have it. Alright, so I got the EGR valve back here in my shop on my workbench, and I can already tell this thing is shot. You can see there, that's all plugged up. I'm assuming it's not supposed to be like that. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison of the new one when I get it. The biggest thing that I'm seeing right now is this is supposed to be able to spring back and forth, and I can't even move that diaphragm. I mean, it is completely stuck. So I'll show you what to do when I get the new one. What you're going to actually do is you can actually push this down, and then you put your finger over this, and if it holds, that means the diaphragms is okay. But if you hold your finger on this little port here after you push that down, and this backs down, then you got a leak. So I'll get the new one. We're going to do a little side-by-side comparison, and we'll get it put on. Going to hop in the twin-turbo BMW X5 diesel and go get some parts. Alright, got my new EGR here. I picked this part up from AutoZone. It's a BWD EGR 101D. This ran me roughly 42 bucks at AutoZone with a discount. One of the things that I wasn't sure when I was placing the online order is I couldn't find in the description anywhere if they supplied a gasket or not. So I ended up ordering one separately, and they do supply a gasket. Well, I guess if you get this one in particularly. So they're about $2 if not. and if you get one that doesn't supply one. Then I'm going to go ahead and show you here. I ended up getting this one freed up so that I can actually push on that. So I'll go ahead and show you here what I'm talking about. So this is a new one, and if I push down on this and I put my thumb over that port there, that diaphragm does not move. As soon as I let off, you see that it comes back up. Now that I got this one freed up over here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and push this down. So it's all the way down. I have my thumb over that. And it don't hold. I mean, I can have my thumb over that right now. Put my thumb over it. It doesn't hold. So this is junk. Again, I'll show you on the new one. I'm going to push it down. That one's a lot harder to push down. Okay, so I got my thumb over that. Alright. So we've proven that this is bad. Oh, and then too, you'll see here the difference in how much cleaner that one is. So, I'm sure that if this diaphragm wasn't bad, maybe you could clean these up. But obviously, my diaphragm's bad and it's leaking, so we're going to go ahead and throw the new one on the truck and take it from there. Alright, so we're back out at the truck here, and I wanted to show you guys, before I put this new EGR on, I'm going to clean up that entry port. As you can see, it's pretty dirty, and then we also got to get this old gasket material off, clean that up for the new gasket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use probably a wire brush and try and scoop most of that out of there that I can, and then I'm going to use some carb cleaner to clean it up from there. Alright, so I got that all cleaned up best as I could. I scraped a little bit out with a wire brush and then went through and sprayed it with some carb cleaner and cleaned up pretty easily. Kind of took a rag and soaked up any of the leftover carb cleaner from the ports, and I'm actually going to go ahead and leave the gasket material on that's there because it's actually kind of stamped into the steel, and I think I'm going to do more harm than good on trying to get that off of there. I still have the gasket intact on the old EGR, so I think it's actually just some type of metallic coating that came off of the old gasket. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that on there, hope for the best. And from here, we're ready to go ahead and put the new EGR on. You're going to go ahead and take your gasket, slide that on, like so. And then you're going to take your valve, just like that. And now we're ready to go ahead and get our nuts put back on. Alright, so we're going to take our one and only tool that we needed for this job, our ratcheting open end 1/2 inch, and go ahead and get these tightened. Snug it up nice and good and move to the other side. Alright, so I got everything hooked back up here. Got my wire harness back in, my hoses hooked back up that I took off, and then this hose here that I showed you I broke. I ended up just splicing it with about an inch long piece of the proper size vacuum hose. So at this point we're ready to go ahead and fire it up and take it for a test run. Well, she starts. It's a good sign. A little belt squeak going on. Take it for a ride. Well, I'm just taking it for a test drive here, and that definitely took care of the problem. There's all kinds of power there. The motor's alive, and go ahead and show you the results here. no hesitation in that acceleration at all. So I think we're good. Hey, if you guys like this video and if it's helped you, do me a favor and like this video and subscribe. You never know, I might have something else in the future that'll help you guys out. So appreciate you watching.